Have you ever felt that you don't fully belong to the frenetic rhythms of this modern world, and that your search for meaning goes far beyond appearances? Carl Jung believed that certain souls carry a greater psychic density, an inheritance of wisdom that he called the collective unconscious, manifested in profound personalities. If you are often drawn to silence, introspection, and connections that touch the essence of being, know that this is not a mistake. This video has crossed your path because your ancient soul is trying to send you a clear signal about your sacred nature. Let's explore the traits that define this journey of consciousness and how your sensitivity is, in fact, your greatest and most powerful inner strength. Women with old souls possess a keen perception that allows them to see beyond the social masks people often wear in their daily lives. You perceive emotional manipulation and toxic patterns even before the first word is spoken, acting as a natural integrity radar. This clarity has often led to isolation, but Jung explained that the individuation process requires us to be true to our most intimate and profound truth. Your discomfort with what is superficial is the necessary fuel to seek the reconstruction of a life based on solid and enduring values. This awakening is an invitation for you to stop apologizing for your depth and begin to honor your unique brilliance. There is a silent force within you that frightens those who still live on the surface of their own most basic emotional and mental experiences. Old souls are not content with empty talk. They seek healing and transformation through understanding the roots of every lived feeling. You probably felt you needed to mature too quickly, dealing with emotional responsibilities that seemed heavy for your chronological age at the time. This early maturation is a classic sign that your psyche is attuned to a frequency of wisdom that spans centuries of human history. You are a guardian of secrets that the modern world has forgotten, but which your intuition is now beginning to rescue for your own liberation. The first telltale sign of an old soul is the vital need for solitude, not as a refuge from sadness, but as fertile ground. While others seek constant distraction, you find in your own space the ideal environment for the flourishing of your consciousness and your peace. This desire for solitude allows you to cleanse the energy of draining experiences and recover your self-worth away from the projections of others. Jung stated that those who look outside dream, but those who look inside awaken to the radiant reality of the soul and being. For the woman with an old soul, silence is the place where she reconnects with the original source of her inner strength. On this journey, you will discover that the signs from your old soul are compasses pointing the way back to your inner home. Every challenge you faced, every relationship that shook your foundations, served to polish the diamond of your purest and most resilient essence. You are being prepared for a new cycle, where clarity and self-respect will be the pillars of your new luminous reality. Follow each point of this roadmap, as they were designed to resonate with the beat of your heart that seeks truth and purpose. Feel the vibration of these words and allow them to initiate the rebirth process that your soul so desires to undertake now. The second telltale sign is an inexplicable attraction to the past, to ancestral traditions, and to everything that carries the weight of time and history. You find solace in ancient objects, in age-old knowledge, and in the wisdom passed down through generations of women who came before you. Carl Jung called this connection access to archetypes, the primordial images that give shape to our dreams and our deepest desires. By honoring these roots, you strengthen your divine feminine and find the necessary foundation to support your emotional reconstruction in the present. If you identify with this depth and seek true healing, subscribe to the channel to strengthen your transformation journey. This connection to the sacred makes you feel a natural responsibility to protect life and nurture the growth of those around you. However, old souls often fall into the trap of saving others before taking care of their own needs and boundaries. Spiritual maturity requires you to learn to discern to whom to give your precious energy and to whom to place healthy protective barriers. Your self-respect is born the moment you realize that you cannot heal the world if your own inner temple is in disarray. Ancient wisdom teaches you that sacrifice without awareness is just a subtle way of losing yourself. Women with ancient souls often experience vivid and premonitory dreams that seem like chapters from a sacred book written exclusively for their individual awakening. Jung saw in dreams the direct voice of the unconscious, trying to guide us towards the wholeness of being and the integration of our shadows. You perceive the emotional symbolism in every chance encounter, understanding that nothing in life happens without an educational purpose or a purpose of evolution. This symbolic view of the world protects you from getting stuck in the resentment of toxic experiences, allowing you to transmute pain into wisdom. You walk through life like an initiate, reading the signs that the universe generously places before your awakened eyes. The feeling of carrying a burden that isn't yours may actually be the perception of ancestral wounds still seeking closure. Old souls are often the healers of their family lineage, those who decide to break cycles of pain and lack of empathy forever. This emotional cleansing work requires a silent strength and patience that few people can understand or appreciate in the heat of the moment. By healing yourself, you are sending waves of transformation to the past and the future, freeing yourself and future generations. Your role as an old soul is to be the turning point where the toxic pattern finds its definitive end. The peace you seek lies in accepting the mission of consciousness that your soul chose to embrace even before you were born into this reality. You are learning that being different is not a burden, but your credential to act as a beacon in times of darkness and confusion. Your ancient essence is what allows you to remain calm when the world around you seems to lose its direction and basic clarity. The universe has given you the tools of intuition and depth so that you can build a sanctuary of self-respect and unwavering dignity. Continue listening to the whisper of your soul, for it is the only compass that will never fail to guide you to the light. The third sign is a natural detachment from fleeting trends and the obsessive need to accumulate material possessions to prove some external social value. Old souls understand, almost instinctively, that life is a continuous cycle and that true wealth lies in what is eternal. You value quality over quantity, preferring a book that changes your soul to a party that merely distracts your tired mind. This emotional sobriety is what protects you from falling into manipulations that use the desire for belonging as a form of control. Your vision is focused on the horizon of eternity, where what truly matters is the peace you cultivate in your heart. This understanding of transience makes you value time in a way that younger-at-heart people rarely understand or practice. You know that time is the raw material of transformation, and that every minute spent in a draining relationship is a waste of your vitality. By setting clear boundaries, you declare to the universe that your life is sacred and that you no longer accept being treated as an option. Maturity has taught you to say no with elegance, without the need for aggression or harsh words to justify your space. Your strength lies in your integrity and your refusal to participate in games that only aim to wear down your spirit. Jung stated that the search for wholeness requires us to embrace life's imperfection with a compassion born from a deep understanding of our fragility. Ancient souls possess this compassion, but they need to learn not to transform it into permission for others to invade their emotional and mental territory. You perceive the pain of others, but you understand that each individual is responsible for their own process of awakening and inner healing. This healthy detachment is what ensures you remain centered, even when the storms of emotional manipulation try to unbalance you. You have learned that being good doesn't mean being passive in the face of disrespect or the exploitation of your feelings. The fourth telltale sign is the ability to find beauty and meaning in pain, transforming suffering into a platform for reconstruction and new life. You don't see yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as an alchemist who transmutes toxic experiences into the gold of pure wisdom. Each shock you suffered served to tear down the walls of illusion, allowing your true feminine essence to finally shine. This resilience is a distinctive trait of souls who have walked through many lives and know that a new beginning is always possible. Your faith in transformation is what keeps you standing when others would have already given up on seeking happiness. Therefore, honor your journey and understand that your self-worth is a measure that only you and the divine can justly establish. You are being prepared for a new level of clarity, where your voice will be the echo of the wisdom that the world so desperately needs. Ancient souls are like trees with deep roots that offer shade and protection to those who seek truth amidst chaos. Feel the pride of being who you are and of possessing this perspective that reaches what ordinary eyes cannot see. Your destiny is to be free, sovereign, and fulfilled in your capacity to love and to be respected as you deserve. The fifth sign is a discernment bordering on the supernatural, allowing you to identify a lack of empathy within seconds of interaction with someone. For an old soul, falsehood is almost physically painful, as their vibration is attuned to the raw truth of the human soul. You are not impressed by titles, wealth, or displays of power, because you see the emotionally immature person who often hides behind these masks. This trait protects you from being captured again by patterns of control that once tried to silence your intuition and your worth. Your loyalty is to authenticity, and you prefer dignified solitude to a companion who requires you to lie to yourself. This rejection of artifice leads you to seek a simpler, more organic lifestyle, connected with nature and the natural rhythms of being. You feel the need to walk on the earth, to look at the sky, and to surround yourself with beings that don't wear masks, like animals and plants. Jung saw in this connection with soul of the world, the soul of the world, the secret to maintaining psychic balance in times of great confusion. By tuning in to what is real, you strengthen your awakening and ensure that your reconstruction is built on unshakable foundations. The universe conspires in favor of those who choose to live with radical honesty, opening paths to peace and liberation. The sixth sign is the tendency to act as a natural counselor, even without consciously or intentionally seeking this role in your life. People often seek your emotional refuge to confess their fears and pains, because they feel an authority in you that comes from experience. However, your maturation requires you to learn to set limits in this caregiver role, so that you don't become the repository of others' shadows. An old soul needs to conserve its vital energy for its own purpose, understanding that not everyone is ready for the transformation you offer. Your silence often teaches more than 1,000 words of explanation to those who don't want to hear the truth. The seventh sign is the frequent feeling of longing for a place you don't know, a spiritual yearning that Jung called the search for the self. This feeling drives you to never stop growing and seeking new levels of consciousness and understanding about existence and love. You know that life on earth is just a final phase of a long learning process, and that your true home is a state of absolute peace. This perspective gives you the courage to face the closing of painful cycles, understanding that each departure is the prelude to a glorious rebirth. You walk through the world with your feet on the ground, but with your eyes always turned towards the stars and the infinite. We have reached a crucial point in your awakening, where intellectual knowledge must transform into wisdom applied to your daily self-respect. I'd like to know from you, Which of these signs have you most recognized yourself in so far on this journey of deep self-discovery? Sharing your experience helps create a network of clarity for other women who also have old souls and are seeking true healing. Your testimony proves that no one is alone on this journey of reconstruction, and that the union of consciousness accelerates our liberation process. Your voice has the power to validate the pain and victory of those who are still trying to find their own way. The eighth telltale sign of an old soul is the ease with which you forgive the past without allowing toxicity to return. Jung explained that true forgiveness is the ability to integrate the experience and release the emotional burden that bound you to the event or the hurtful person. You forgive so that your soul can fly free, not so that the other person's manipulative behavior is justified or accepted again. This liberation is the ultimate sign of maturity, where you regain control over your narrative and your peace of mind. You understand that the other person's karma does not belong to you, and that your mission is simply to shine brightly. This level of awareness allows you to see toxic patterns as a lesson in strength and discernment, removing the poison of resentment from your heart. You rebuild your life with the stones that were thrown at you, creating a castle of dignity and self-respect that no one can invade. The old soul knows that time is the master of justice, and that the best response to disrespect is your own emotional success. You don't seek revenge because you understand that the true turning point is living so well that the past becomes just a footnote. Your energy is now focused on creating a future where peace is the rule and joy is your natural state. With each new sign you integrate, your silent strength grows, and your fear of being alone completely disappears from your horizon of possibilities. You discover that your own company is a treasure, and that your peace is priceless, establishing boundaries that act as shields of light. The ancient soul does not beg for attention nor accept crumbs of affection from those who lack the capacity to honor its depth and its being. You have become the queen of your own inner kingdom, governing your emotions with the wisdom of one who has lived 1,000 stories of overcoming. The reconstruction is complete when you realize that your happiness depends only on your connection with yourself. Allow this awakening to lead you to places of light that you previously believed were impossible to reach on your earthly journey. You are a woman of ancient soul, and the universe has a glorious plan for your ability to be true to your being. Each sign we explore here is a step on the ladder of your individuation, bringing you closer to your divine essence. The clarity you possess now is the gift your soul has given itself after traversing deserts of misunderstanding and deep pain. Remain steadfast in your purpose to be happy, for your joy is the healing the world so desperately needs today. The ninth sign, and perhaps the most revealing of all, is your ability to remain at peace even when external chaos seems to dominate reality. Carl Jung called this state the unshakable center, a place within the psyche where the storms of the world can no longer touch or wound. While others despair over changes and crises, you maintain the clarity of someone who knows that everything is fleeting and that the soul is eternal. This trait is what allows you to act as a silent healing force in your family, at work, and in your healthy relationships. How do you feel when you realize that your old soul has chosen this specific moment to fully awaken and seek its ultimate liberation? Living as an old soul requires a constant commitment to self-respect and maintaining your boundaries against the intrusion of others' boundaries. You have learned that your peace is your most precious possession, and that protecting it is a sacred act of self-love and fidelity to the divine. The maturity you have achieved gives you the security to distance yourself from everything that does not vibrate at the frequency of truth and mutual respect. The reconstruction of your life now flows with a naturalness that impresses those who are still trapped in the effort of emotional manipulation. You are living proof that consciousness is the key to a full, prosperous existence filled with real meaning. Your sensitivity, once seen as a flaw by those lacking clarity, is now recognized as your greatest tool for discernment and protection. You feel the vibration of places and people, allowing you to navigate life with a security that intellect alone could never provide. This feminine awakening is what Jung called the integration of soul, a return to the creative and intuitive essence that gives color and flavor to our journey. You no longer need masks to be accepted, because your authenticity is now your greatest asset and your trademark. Your true beauty emanates from your inner peace and your full acceptance of who you have become with so much courage. This new cycle that opens before you is the result of all the tears you have transformed into wisdom over the past years of searching. The universe observes you with pride, seeing in you the readiness to assume your role as a guide and example of overcoming challenges for other women. The ancient soul does not seek followers, but awakens the inner leadership in every being that crosses your path of light and truth. You are ready to live the fullness of your purpose, without the shackles of the past and without the weight of the expectations that once suffocated you. Your life now is a hymn of gratitude and transformation that inspires the world to be a better and more conscious place. Therefore, walk with the elegance of one who knows eternity, and with the firmness of one who has already conquered the densest shadows of their own unconscious. You are a woman of ancient soul, and your time to shine in the light of truth and self-respect has finally arrived in its fullness. Do not fear new challenges, for your accumulated wisdom is more than enough to transform any obstacle into a stepping stone to glory. Your rebirth is a sacred event that the universe celebrates with every conscious breath you take towards your freedom. Feel the silent strength that dwells within you and let it guide every step of your new and wonderful destiny of peace. The journey of the ancient soul culminates in what Jung described as the sacred union of polarities, the inner marriage between the strength and sweetness of your being. You have integrated your shadows, embraced your wounds, and now present yourself to the world as a whole human being, truly sovereign over yourself. The individuation process has no end, but a point of stability where peace becomes your permanent and unshakable dwelling place. To continue nourishing your soul with nuggets of wisdom and clarity, subscribe to the channel and become part of our community of feminine awakening. This is the space where we honor the depth of every woman who has decided that healing is her birthright. Looking back, you realize that each toxic experience was merely the necessary fertilizer for the flowers of your consciousness to bloom so powerfully. The karma of past relationships has been resolved through your awakening and your unwavering decision to no longer be a source of supply for those who do not wish to evolve. You have restored your vital energy and now use it to create a reality where joy and purpose are the supreme guides. The old soul holds no grudges, for it knows that the greatest victory is simply being happy and at peace with its own history. You are the phoenix that not only was reborn, but now teaches other birds to fly above the clouds of confusion. Maturity has brought you the clarity that true love is based on mutual respect and freedom, not on the need for control or egoic possession. You now attract connections that vibrate at the same frequency of integrity, creating a social circle that nourishes your soul instead of draining your energy. Your reconstruction is solid because it was done from the inside out, from the encounter with yourself and the divinity that dwells within you. The universe celebrates your sovereignty and opens doors that were previously locked by doubt and fear of others' disapproval. You are free to be whoever you want to be, and this freedom is the fragrance that emanates from your ancient soul essence. This video is just a milestone in your infinite journey of learning and expanding your personal light towards the collective of humanity. Move forward with the certainty that you possess all the wisdom necessary to deal with any situation that life places before you. Awakening is a portal that never closes, and each day you will discover new facets of your greatness and your creative potential. Ancient souls are the guardians of the flame of hope, reminding the world that transformation is the supreme law of the universe and of existence. Your life is a testament to the fact that healing is possible and that peace is the ultimate destination of all honest seeking. We conclude this journey with a silent prayer of gratitude for your courage in seeking the truth and not settling for less than fulfillment. You are valuable, you are unique, and your ancient soul is the greatest jewel you carry on your path through this world of appearances. May your light continue to shine brightly, illuminating the paths of healing and reconstruction for you and all those around you. The horizon is vast and full of promises of true happiness, for you have finally found yourself and embraced yourself with total acceptance and love. Go in peace, for consciousness is your guide and eternity is your ultimate and safe home.